Hello once again everyone and welcome back to Nat Reviews, the series where I take a look at a piece of media, typically music related, and give my thoughts on it. This week around I'm going to be taking a look at something by Imagine Dragons, something I didn't think I would be doing this soon after their last release. But yes, this week I'm going to be taking a look at a song called Zero. Let's dive in. Okay, so I will be a bit honest. I have been a little bit afraid to take a look at this one. I know Imagine Dragons usually make excellent music for soundtracks, some of their best work even, but the thumbnail for the video on YouTube, it kinda makes me fear it. Take a look for yourself. Just a few weeks back they released Natural, a song that is dark and a bit gritty, especially when compared to their single before that being Born to Be Yours. Now just a few weeks after Natural they released Zero. That thumbnail especially has me worried for the song, and I fear that it won't be good. Sure, that is judging a song by its thumbnail and all, but I can't help it in this case. I know it's a bit odd that I'm having this much doubt over a song released by Imagine Dragons. Usually I love them and listen to whatever they put out nearly right away. I guess I'm just scared to hear something bad again from them. Levitate has grown on me, but as you may know, when I reviewed it last, I didn't have the highest thoughts on it. Maybe that's what will happen with this song after a while if I don't like it at first. Maybe? Oh well, it happened with Shots as well and other songs from other artists. Maybe it's just gonna take some time. I'm so sorry I'm being all nervous about this. Goodness, it has to be decent, right? It's for Wreck-It Ralph's sequel. I like the first movie and the songs used to promote it. It's for a Disney movie. Disney combined with the usual high levels of production Imagine Dragons has. It has to be good, right? Or at least well produced. I will give a prediction and we will see if it is true after this is all over. But I think the song won't be as serious as Natural was. I really don't believe it'll be that dark. But then again, it couldn't be. It's for a family movie. It can't get dark, right?
A few minutes later.
Well then. That's a thing that just happened. Okay, so how do I explain this? Alright, okay, sorry. Okay, so Imagine Dragons really delved in deep into the internet side of things for this lyric video. Which, by the way, yes, the lyric video. As of writing this video, there is no official music video, just the lyric video. It kinda acts as its own music video in a sense, like a few good lyric videos have the tendency to do now. In a very basic sense, the video featured the dragons going through the internet, the lyrics of the song clearly showing up in the internet and on the computer and phones. But yes, once they play a cat game, the game downloads a virus? Into their computer. They quickly try to find a solution to get rid of the virus quickly, but it installs it even more. They all become cats, and actually I'm the furry, momentarily in one image that was shown earlier, followed by lots of instances where cats are taking over things on the internet. Once this happens, the dragons' heads pop out in an 80s fashion and start shooting lasers out of their eyes to destroy cats. What did I even just watch? They solve the virus, and then the artwork for the single shows up, which is then destroyed by Ralph. He's gotta wreck it. So I guess I can't give an analytical in-depth meaning to the video, that much is clear. But I can give thoughts on some things. If taken too literally, it means the dragons hate cats and wish to destroy them all, or at least stop them from taking over the internet while suppressing their inner furry feelings. Okay, so I doubt that theory has any standing in reality, but it's just a theory. Okay, I'm sorry for that, sorry. But overall, I think the video is about hinting towards the movie. Maybe Ralph is going to install a cat virus and Imagine Dragons are going to show up to fight with him and take back the internet. Who knows? But yeah, the video may hint towards the movie. It certainly seems to follow the old idea that the internet is just full of cat videos and memes. Oh, right, I just noticed how stupid of me. I forgot I'm reviewing a song here. My apologies. Alright, so, the song fades in with a soundscape sound, sort of like how Coldplay did things on Viva La Vida as an album. Kinda reminds me of some of the songs on Phil Collins' tracks for the Brother Bear soundtrack. it then blasts you hard with the 80s and the sound and all. You know, Evolve has subtle 80s soundscaping to it, you know, vaporwave and that sort of sound. But it seems with this song especially that it doesn't even want to try to space itself out from the 80s. I read that Dan has been listening a lot to The Cure at the time and said that had a lot of influence while making this song. The song is a bit fast-paced as would be expected from an up-tempo 80s sound, which, by the way, is something the group experimented in writing and recording on this. I will make one more note about the video. The video reminds me very much of an earlier track by the group, Pantomime. The video for that one is eerily similar to this one, all the way down to the chat box to the internet being played in the background. Now, the song is very 80s in sound. It really reminds me of Bleachers' work. There is a point in the bridge where the song just cuts off instrumentally and even vocally before the song cuts back in for the final verse. After that, it just drifts out instrumentally until the ending. At the end of the video, when it promotes the single and the movie comes back in it, in the video, click this link sort of fashion of videos. Now I suppose it's time to move on to the lyrical content of this song. Well, at first, it may not seem like much. There is the clear naming correlations of ones and zeros used in binary code, hence, the internet. Disney likely liked that idea. Disney maybe thought it was all upbeat and nice for their family movie. However, it's once you go looking into things that you find out quite the otherwise. Within the lyrics is actually a bit sneaky. It's a joyful and upbeat facade with a hidden underside in the lyrics that show very dark thoughts. It talks of the struggles one has had since growing up. It is eerily similar in one part of its message in that the person doesn't feel good enough for anyone else, which is also a theme within Numb, which I reviewed in part last week. That's strange. But this song is also about feeling like you'll never amount to anything and how those thoughts gnaw away at oneself. It also mentions demigods, which can be taken in relation to hoping for a rescue from one's own life and all those hopeless feelings one may have, showing a really dark and deep point happened in Dan's growing years, as he did mention himself in interviews. There are subtle references to suicide and depression laden throughout the song. Smoke and Mirrors has a lot of depression talk in it, so it's likely no mistake that is a meaning in here. It is also very likely the suicidal one isn't a mistake either, as the band has delved on that before. Dan Reynolds especially has when he made his movie earlier this year, Believer. The talk of being 27 a lot as well is another hint towards the famous group of musicians that die at 27, which Reynolds has also talked about before in interviews. So it's really not unfounded that the meanings on suicidal thoughts is in the song. The thing that shocks me, however, is that this was a song commissioned by Disney for a family movie and in a video about laser eyes destroying cats. Think on that for a second. The Dragons sure have pulled a fast one on us in making a song sound so joyful, but really isn't a joyful song. Along with the binary code bit, I think zero could be taken more literally in the song. Also talks about being an outcast in school, where Dan wasn't part of any subgroups popular or anything. He was the garage band sort of kid. That underdog sort of thing kind of made me think of Ralph himself, being the underdog outcast in his game, Fix-It Felix Jr. But yeah, the song is mostly a dark song, just given a candy-coated sheen to ship it out easier to the younger audiences. Very impressive to me. However, I do think I've reached a limit on what I can say on the video and song. But let's now move on to my personal thoughts on the song. Alright, so what were my thoughts on the song itself? Well, I must say that the production value is very high, as is most of Imagine Dragons' studio work. They got Disney as well this time around, so clearly something got on for them in the production values department. However, as much as I want to praise them for sneaking something so dark into the lyrics of the video, I must admit the song doesn't really do it for me, based on the first few listens at least. It's probably a slow burner for me, but not really sure I like it per se. I do give it a big approval for the hidden message and production value. It is much easier to the ear than Levitate was on first listen, but even so, I feel the song is around that level for their music. It's not the best, it's also very poppy, but not as much as Born to Be Yours. I do enjoy the soundscaping, however. It's very nice and reminds me of The Fall from Smoke and Mirrors. It has many equivalents to me. It does remind me of Blue October's I Hope You're Happy with the 80s sound, so much so that I keep thinking about that constantly. It also reminds me of Neon Trees' Animal, among many other 80s sounding songs that weren't produced in the 80s. Lyrically, the song is extremely similar to Numb, no doubt. It's kinda creepy how similar they are in the central theme. Zero is technically this decade's Numb. Wow. Especially with the line, I don't want to do it just to do it for you. That really brought it home in my mind. That I finally made the connection. I don't hate this song. It's just very meh to me. Very neutral, middle ground. Meh. I think I will walk away with the dark message from it though, likely remembering that most of all. They worked hard and well on this song, even if Dan sounds like he has a little less energy in this one. So what would I rate this song? I give it a B-, really. It would do as a movie soundtrack song, but I'm not sure for much more than that. The song has its own charm in a way, and if you're curious, it's in the description below if you wish to listen to it yourself. Oh, you know the answer is yes. You know it by now. I enjoy the band. Some of their stuff is hit or miss, I will admit. But when they hit hard. When they miss, it's not by too much. At least so far. I'm not gonna sit here and act like this is the absolute worst thing ever. It's a fine song, it just doesn't do it for me. I don't expect them to put out some heavy hitter every other month. I enjoy plenty of their softer stuff, but otherwise there isn't much else I can say about them over this song. Other than that, I do still enjoy their stuff. I look forward to a possible third album coming sometime soon, or at least being made soon. As for the movie, I'm not sure I will be looking forward to it. I think the original movie did fine as its own movie, not so interested in a sequel. I was interested in the original idea for a sequel back in the day, when Ralph would go to the console games. But now with the internet and all, it feels like a cheap grab at the Emoji Movie, which, yikes. That movie is inspiring Disney to try being in the internet. The title is even a clear sign the movie is likely going to have old boardroom men's thoughts on the internet all over it. After the Emoji Movie, I'm very wary of movies pertaining to the OMG low funny internet memes sort of thing. Not that I'm saying it's a bad idea, it's probably good. It's just not something I'm interested in at the moment. Wish you luck with the movie, Disney. If it flops, you'll still sell $1.5 billion in merchandise. We got your back. Alright, so that just about does us this week. Hope you enjoyed yourself. You know, the typical end of video, like this, like that sort of thing. So I won't go over that again. Plenty of links will be in the description below for those who are curious. This has been Natty, and I wish you all a very good day. And if you see any large flying kitty heads, please let them know to return my keys. Thank you. Bye-bye. Hello, let me tell you what it's like to be a 0. Let me show you what it's like to always feel like I'm empty and there's nothing really real. I'm looking for a way out.